Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong.
Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
Hey there. Thanks for joining me for WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. Happy Tuesday to you. Things are much warmer than they were at this time yesterday. We're at 43 here in Jackson. 24 hours ago, we were not even at 30, and that was our high temperature on Monday, by the way. So we're finally back above freezing. That's the trend across the entirety of the area. We've got some sunshine. It's really turned out to be a rather pleasant January day. And we've got even warmer weather on the way for the next few days. Temperatures are going to continue to rise. Rain chances are going to stay pretty low out of the picture for us. And that's going to allow our temperatures to continue climbing. So it's going to look something like this for the next couple of days, into the upper 40s and low 50s on your Wednesday. By Thursday, we're looking at highs in the 50s. Across the board, maybe even some upper 50s, which is normal weather for this time of year. Now, by the time we get into Friday, we do have another cold front on the way. While that starts to cool us back off, temperatures are still going to be above freezing on Friday afternoon, but there's going to be a little bit more of a bite in the air, likely going to start to see those winds pick back up from the north, and that's going to be cooling us off quickly because we have another polar plunge and dangerous cold on the way as we head into this coming weekend. So your first alert, that's really the next big thing we're tracking. This warm up is a big deal, especially in those areas where you're still dealing with ice impacts, but this is of course going to help to melt that ice. So you should see some significant improvements here in the coming days where you had really impactful accumulations of the ice. Please keep in mind, though, we're still going to be below freezing through the overnights. So we're still going to have that chance to see some leftover precipitation refreeze. But by Friday, temperatures will actually be above freezing in the morning. Just overnight tonight and tomorrow, we'll still be back in the 20s. Not quite as cold as it has been, but still pretty chilly. Then our polar plunge gets here Friday night. So from Friday evening to Sunday morning, we're looking at another hard freeze, which means you need to be doing all 4 Ps again: people, pets, pipes, and plants. You're going to need to drip your indoor faucets again. And we have gotten word from a plumber warmer today. Holly's going to have a story for that, a story on that for you coming up later today. But he says you should have a steady stream when temperatures are not going to go above freezing for that long of a period of time, just to prevent your pipes from freezing. A low stream, but still enough that it's not just a drip. And of course, still watching for plants too. This is short-lived, and the good news is it does not come with that wintry precipitation this time around. We'll have the chance to see maybe a couple of flurries across portions of the southeast, but if there's snow with this system, it's likely to stay to the north and the east where they're used to it and where they can deal with it better. We'll maybe have some sprinkles or some flurries out there, but that's not going to accumulate. It is not going to impact us in any fashion similar to what we had this past weekend. The cold will impact you for sure, though, as we head into this weekend. Then we have that warming trend on the way heading into next week. We're going to have temperatures in the mid 50s for most of next week. Pretty normal January weather. And then we get, February weather. Then we get some rain in the picture, too. We usually have pretty wet conditions through winter here in Mississippi. So we'll be looking for some rain anyways. We're a little bit below where we should be at this point in the month, actually. So we'll be looking for that rain. And it does look like it's going to be pretty decent showers, maybe some thunderstorms. Not looking at severe weather at this point, but at least some on and off heavier downpours. Now, this is still a ways away, so we'll be fine tuning the details and the timing of this. But for now, we'll say somewhere between Wednesday and Thursday of next week for us to start seeing some rain back in the picture for you. That will likely lead to maybe an inch or two in most places. One of our models has gone down a little bit as far as totals, maybe closer to half an inch, but it was looking pretty good today. Now, keep in mind, of course, it's over a week away, so these details will certainly change as we get closer to that time. Let's take a look at our temperature trend in your First Alert 10-day forecast. And again, it looks good for the rest of this week and for most of next week. It's just that in between this weekend where we drop back below freezing. Temperatures in the teens by Friday night. We'll likely stay below freezing heading into your Saturday, and then into the upper 30s and low 40s again by Sunday. So it's going to be a pretty quick rebound this time around. But again, a hard freeze from Friday evening through early Sunday morning. No wintry weather with that next system, but definitely some impactful and dangerous cold making a return to the area. Otherwise, you can shed a few layers over the coming days, and by next week, you'll maybe need to trade out the big coats for some rain gear, especially by the middle and the end of the week. That's all I got for you, but we'll be on WLBT News at 4, 4:30, 5, and 6, and we'll have another look at your digital forecast at 6:30.